Welcome to this tutorial that will go through the strategic sustainability analysis made by LU Innovation at Lund University. This is a model to use for startups, research and student projects to kickstart the work on sustainability. Projects and startups can be at different levels of sustainability. We want to ensure that all projects and future companies meet responsibility as the lowest level, but the analysis helps to identify and improve various aspects of sustainability in the project development. We work with 4 different levels of sustainability to get an overview of the project's current position and how to work towards improvement. I will briefly go through the different levels as they are used in the analysis. May cause harm. Certain parts of the project may lead to harmful effects. These need to be identified and addressed. Responsible. Parts of the project act to avoid harm by following laws, regulations, and ethical standards. However, no positive progress is made at this level. Sustainable. The project or some parts act to create positive contribution on the sustainability goals, mainly created by the future activity in the project. Impact. The purpose of the project is to create positive, measurable net effects on well-defined problems for individuals, society, and/or the planet. So, just a brief moment to zoom in on the impact definition. For a project or startup to aim for impact, there are certain criteria that needs to be fulfilled according to the current slide. One very important criteria is that the effect has to be measurable and followed up over time. Let's start to go through how the analysis can be done. It is preferably worked on in a joint meeting with project owners and innovation managers to get the most out of everyone's experience and visions. Step 1 in the analysis is to assess the team's sustainability potential and ambitions, since this is crucial for things to happen. There are 3 questions to answer in step 1 together with the project team. Question 1. What drives the founding team? What is your primary motivation to develop the project? Question 2. How fast is the project intended industry moving towards sustainability goals? Try to foresee the future of the envisioned industry that the project will act within. Question 3. Is there any opposition in the project's operations between profitability and sustainability? Sustainable processes might be more expensive, but could you also gain customer by choosing more sustainable ways of working? Step 2 in the analysis is to identify key positive effects of the project's planned activities. Identify those that in a significant way contribute to the company's financial and value-based goals. So, focus first on the positive. What positive effects can the project give rise to? It could be factors or activities such as purchasing, materials, well-being, logistics, waste, energy use, water, packaging, transport, diversity, inclusion, etc. Try to pinpoint the most important effects and map these in the different levels of sustainability. The examples in the slide are based up on a startup that provide an electrified transportation system. Remember to be honest. If a positive effect creates a positive contribution, but might be hard to measure or follow up, then the sustainability level is possibly the correct choice. We will also look at the negative effects that can arise. Again, it could be factors or activities such as purchasing, materials, logistics, waste, energy use, water, packaging, transport, diversity, gender equality, to mention a few examples. What main negative effects can occur in the future business? This is important to pinpoint, since these are easiest to improve in the next step. When the main positive and negative effects are mapped, it is time to identify improvement and development potential. One strategy to identify improvement is to focus first on the negative effects. how can these effects be pushed upward in the sustainability grid? What can you do to make these a bit less negative? This step actually makes the negative effects a bit more fun to work with. This slide gives some examples and inspiration of effects and how these can be mapped in the different levels of sustainability. In step 3, it is time to link the mapped effect to the UN Sustainability Development Goals. Read up on the goals and targets and connect 1 to 3 of the most important goals to your effects. It is better to focus on a few than too many. Finally, all 3 steps in the analysis will now be compiled into a sustainability strategy for the project. Start to describe your sustainability strategy by following step 1 to 6 on this slide in a communication document. You can find your answers by going back in the analysis you have done on previous slides. This sustainability strategy will be a commitment for you and can be used for external interactions. This analysis is not a one-time only activity. It will be more valuable if you iterate the analysis as your project or company develops. But remember, it is better to do something than nothing. Good luck!